Yo, thank y'all for tuning in to the Triple Ace podcast, and I'm your host, Triple Ace. So let's get into some topics today. It's not much going on in hip hop, but let's get into some topics. All right, so let's talk about some music. All right, for me, every artist different because I'm an artist myself. But every artist different when they write songs, when they go in the booth, how they rap, whatever. So everything different. But I learned from the masters, you know what I mean? Like Tupac, Biggie, and so on and so on. So I'm talking about me. When I write music, I have to get the beat and I have to study the beat for a long period of time. Then I go into my thinking process. Now, are you rookies? Listen up. If you don't got nothing to say or rap about, don't touch the fucking booth. So, real artists like me, I pick up a paper and pen when I got something to say. If I ain't got nothing to say, I don't fuck with it. Nowadays, you got rappers that talk about nothing just to put a song out. And that's one of the reasons why the rap business and the music is fucked up. Now, I go into the writing stages, I go into how the beat is, and then I put my knowledge together and then I have something to say. And that's how I go about writing. So that's the writing stages, you know what I mean? But you got rappers that do not write, they just freestyle. So it's okay to freestyle, but it still have to make sense and it still have to rhyme with the beat and be on timing. That's okay, that's cool. But me, I'm gonna lay the pen down. You know what I mean? I'm old school, I'm gonna lay that pen down. And then my music will always come out on top because it goes with the beat, it's on point, and everything. Now I see rappers that don't write, they don't take their time with the beat, they just say anything on there. And you wonder why people don't like your shit. It's watered down. So that's the writing process. And then you go into the recording process. Me, I'm a type of person, I study what I wrote, so which means I won't get in the booth until I actually know what the hell I said. So you got other rappers, they don't do that. They just write, they don't write, some of them don't write. Then they'll go in the booth and then they'll say a little line here, and then the engineer have to stop, and then they do what they call punchline. So that's cool and all, but that's take up like a lot of time, and then you're spending more money like that. So my recording process is to get in the booth and get out, not to hang in the booth all fucking day. So that's why my process of writing music is gonna take a long time than what they doing now. So that's one thing. So you got the writing process, you got the recording process, and then you got your engineer. Your engineer have to be good at music. All right, so now I'm gonna switch the topic over to the NFL news. So this weekend, Miami Dolphins released some players, and they released Tyreek Hill, better known as Cheetah. So I'm not a Dolphin fan, but it's messed up right now. If you're a Dolphin fan, it's pretty much over. So you got your quarterback leaving, and then now they let go their best wide receiver in the NFL, So now is trying to see where Tyreek Hill is going to land. So the options that I see was Kansas City, Buffalo, the Chargers, and I think Detroit was on that list. I'm not sure. But his best bet to go back to Kansas City. Why? He know it's a good quarterback there. He know the coach. And the reason why he left the first time because of the money issues. So that's his best bet, is to go back to Kansas City. You know what I mean? And then as far as the Dolphins go, they let you know they rebuilding the team. If they let go all these star players, they're rebuilding over there. And that's what's going on with the Dolphins. So I know a lot of Dolphin fans mad. They upset, you know. But hey, y'all didn't have a good season last year, so y'all should know this was coming. And you gotta perform, man. This the NFL. No matter how good you is, if you ain't performing, they gonna let you go. That's just how it is. Strictly business. So RIP to Lil Poppy, Jacksonville rapper. He was 25 years old. He was signed to Yo Gotti, and I think yesterday he committed suicidal. He killed himself, man. Mental health is a problem. You know what I mean? He came to social media. He told his fans that this was it. So I guess he was planning his death to commit suicidal. But it's sad news for hip hop. I didn't know his music that well, but only time I heard about him when Yo Gotti releasing his album, and he was doing a challenge. And then he ended up winning the challenge over another rapper, another female rapper. So he the one that ended up getting signed. But he was from Jacksonville. He killed himself. He was age 25. He was an up-and-coming artist. And if you out there suffering from mental health, man, like, you need to get some help. Go see a doctor or something. I don't think it's good to kill yourself. You know, in the Bible it says you should not kill yourself. That's a sin. You know what I mean? So I don't think that's the answer, killing yourself, no matter what situation you in. But RIP to Lil Poppy. Prayers go out to him and his family. And a lot of rappers, man, they have a big chip on their shoulders. And I hope it wasn't because of his fame that he killed himself. You know what I mean? So, also RIP to DJ Michael Watts and Reverend Jesse Jackson. And also Robert Duvall. So these are some of the people that we lost this past week. And may their soul rest in peace. So it was this video going around showing Michael Jordan touching this white kid inappropriately. So one dude went viral when he threw away Michael Jordan's shoes in the garbage. And they trying to boycott Jordan and saying that, he touching little kids, whatever, because Jordan team won the NASCAR race. I guess they won the championship, whatever. And it's a video going around when they were celebrating the championship, and how Michael Jordan was touching a little white kid, and they think that he's molesting the little boys. So that's going around social media. So is anybody else boycotting Jordans? So we not gonna wear Jordans no more? That's what's going on? I don't know. Y'all let me know what's up with that. So streaming news. So we all know that Kai Cenat, whatever, I don't know how you say his name, but Kai Cenat has not been streaming for a while. So this article came out saying that he's still making over $250,000 a month, but he haven't been streaming for like 4 months. And the reason why that's being because those people that still, subbed up to his page, he's still getting money that way. But even though he ain't been putting out no content. So what do y'all think about that? Is it a big deal that he's making money even though he ain't been streaming for 4 months? But to me, it's a blessing. You know what I mean? Like, if I was in that shoes, all they got, streamers, all they got to do is stay home. They ain't got to do nothing but cut that damn TV on, the app on, and sit there, play around for 4 hours or talk about nothing for 4 hours, and they get paid. Meanwhile, everybody else have to go work, put in a 9 to 5. But these people here, they don't have to do nothing, you know what I mean? And they make all this money. And I understand that he stopped streaming, but, you can still work on your clothing line and then still stream as well and still make that paycheck. But I don't understand the reason why you stop streaming and then you working on your clothing line. That's cool. But if you do the math, whatever, for black people, the clothing line really don't last that long. I think the longest one was Sean John, and then the second one, my opinion, was Fat Form by Russell Simmons. But if you look at Snoop Dogg, Eminem, who else had a clothing line? Jeezy, all them bitches failed. You know what I mean? So that's a good thing that he's doing his clothing line and all that stuff, but black people don't support black people. That's the thing. So, your shit really don't last that long. Yeah, you put it out, it'll be hot, for a little minute. But then after that, the clothing line don't last that long. Unless you a different race. And I'm not going to go there with that, but that's a whole nother topic. Check this out. So a father go by the name of Richard was sentenced to 37 years after a son killed 4 people in a crash. This happened in Florida, around Orlando. This is where it happened at. So he was sentenced to 37 years after being convicted of a manslaughter for allowing his unlicensed teenager son to drive his car. Their team later causes a crash that, killed 4 people in the crash. So people are outraged by he getting 37 years, for the manslaughter. And the son, by him being a juvenile, he gets locked up until he turns 19. Right now he's 15, so he's in there until he's 19. But everybody's saying that he shouldn't got 37 years for this crime. So my thing was, I had got into it with my brother. My thing was, yeah, it's messed up on both sides, but you gotta remember, it's 4 people dead. You know what I mean? And by him being the father, he should have told his son, no, you can't drive my car. Because if people had did that, all this would never happen in the first place. So, do y'all think this is justified for this dude to do 37 years of his life? He probably gonna die in there. You know, he's already old age. So is this good punishment for him, or the law the law wasn't in his favor? They didn't do the right thing. I don't know. Y'all let me know. But so Ray J is dealing with heart failure. So Ray J had a performance. I don't know why anybody would book his ass, but he had a performance and it went viral. It went viral because as he performing, he had blood coming down his eyes. So a lot of concerns went in, and you know, people was like, damn, what's going on? So he had blood running down his eyes, and then he had a heart monitor on while he was performing. So a lot of questions is going around like, is this real or is it fake? I think it's fake. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, but I think it's fake. There's no way in hell blood gonna be coming out your motherfucking eyes. I'm sorry. So if it was real, they would have shut that damn concert down immediately. So I think that part was fake. But everybody know Ray J. You know what I mean? Ray J known for like doing stupid shit. But he do got a heart problem, and I was him. I'll be trying to get that shit fixed. You know what I mean? Fuck trying to perform and all that. That's not gonna help you, but it's still alive. You know what I mean? So his doctor spoke about the shit, and she said that her client still gotta make money, which is true. You know what I mean? You still gotta pay the bills. But with a weak heart, and your heart about to go out on you, like, how you gonna pay the bills if you dead on stage? You know what I mean? So this my whole opinion about the Ray J shit. You know what I mean? So that blood stuff coming down his eyes, I think that was fake. I'm sorry. That gotta be fake. There's nowhere in the hell that can be real. Yo, y'all check out my merchandise on www.triple-ace-merchandise.com, and y'all buy a t-shirt or something on there, you know, support your boy. And then, you know, I already know I got the kids book that's on Amazon. Madison, it called Madison and Friend Tommy, so look that up. Thank y'all for following this podcast, and I'm gonna try to hit y'all up with more. And this is it. This is my time. I'll holler at y'all on the next one. Until then, stay safe. Peace.